Hello and welcome to Reviews with Ryan. Today I'm going to be talking about the brand new animation film, Ron's Gone Wrong. I want to thank you guys for checking out this video. If you like all movie content, consider subscribing to the channel, drop a like, and maybe give a comment about what you guys think about this film. Now without further ado, let's get into the review. Ron's Gone Wrong was directed by Sarah Smith. Now, some years ago, she directed Arthur Christmas, and this film stars Jack Dylan Grazer, Zach Galifianakis, Ed Helms, and Olivia Colman. And the story is about an awkward boy. He is trying to survive in middle school. He doesn't really quite fit in. A lot of the people, they have these B-bots, and they're kind of like cell phones, but they're little robots that kind of go on social media. They do tweeting, they get them likes, they get them friends. It's definitely like a cell phone of what we have today. And this boy, Barney, does not have one. He ends up getting one from his dad and his grandma, and it starts malfunctioning and not acting the way as a normal B-bot. The film was made by Locksmith Animation. They're under 20th Century Studios. I thought they did a decent job of developing these characters and designing these characters. I thought that this isn't much so like a Pixar animation type of film, but for what they did, I thought they accomplished a pretty good thing with their animation. Also in the film, I thought that there was a pretty good lesson. We're really obsessed with our cell phones and likes and notifications and followers and having friends on social media. And this B-bot is pretty much a reflection of that. It does all the same things. And it basically says that we don't always need that. We don't need somebody at our side all the time for every little thing. We don't need to have all these likes and notifications to be liked and to be loved. And that's pretty much the lesson in this movie. I thought the jokes in this, some of the jokes, they landed really well. I thought some of them were funny. Others, they didn't land as well. And some of the jokes were a little repetitive. I think overall, the jokes in this, they're okay. I wouldn't say this is a laugh out loud type of comedy type of kids film, but they have some jokes that are pretty interesting and will keep you laughing a little bit. As far as, I've heard people say that they compared this to Big Hero 6. This is nothing like Big Hero 6 at all. Big Hero 6 has a little bit of action with a big time villain. This has a little bit of a villain in it. There's a guy named Andrew in it, and he has a little bit of motivation, but he's really not much of a villain. Really, this story focuses more on friendship and the fact that we are so obsessed with social media. I guess you could also say in the film that Barney, he goes through bullying. That would be a villain in the film, but really, this is not really technically a high stakes type of film. It's more so trying to teach the kids a lesson of we just don't always need social media, and we don't need all this likes and followers to really be liked. It is interesting because there is a part in the film where this girl gets humiliated and she's posted all over social media. And that just reminded me of middle school being a really tough time. A lot of times in middle school, it's just a really tough time for kids to transition, and they're really trying to be popular and be liked. And the last part I want to say about this film is it's a little bit too long. I think that it drags a little bit towards the end and the wrap up and what they're trying to do. I also wish that they explored more so with Barney and his dad's relationship. I felt that they don't really do that. He's kind of really busy in the film, but they don't really develop them. They also mentioned that his mom had passed away, so he doesn't have a mom, and then he has his grandma living with him. And she was pretty funny throughout the film. I thought they explored a little bit more with the relationship with the grandma more so than the dad. So I wish that they would have done a better job of just mending that relationship and just trying to get a little bit more involved in that relationship. Overall, for me, I'm going to give the score of the film a 3 out of 5. It's alright for me. I didn't really necessarily love it, but I enjoyed the lesson behind it, and I think it's a pretty decent kids film. I think the kids will laugh a little bit. I think that they'll enjoy the B-bots and just what this film brings and the lesson that it has. Thank you guys for watching this review. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys on my next one.